Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to Lessons in Miracles. I'm Teri Angel here with my co host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
And our beautiful family tonight consists of Christine, Elizabeth, and Sunny, and our Auntie Jean.
I'm here behind the Lessons in Miracles sign.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can change that for you.
Oh, that's
Nope, it
okay.
won't change it on my end. All right, so we're going to get started by going into our hearts. So, Karen, would you please help us with that?
Okay, so let's just take a nice slow breath and feel the blessings and the tenderness of your heart. Just taking that slow breath. Just feel all the busyness just floating away. Feel your heart expanding so that the energy in your heart is so expansive that it opens to all of life, all creation. And feel your heart with so much love. Feel that perfect love. Your perfect love is the connection with all that is. And as that perfect love is like a pipeline coming down through your head, like a beautiful, beautiful pillar of light, filling your crown with that beautiful feeling of God's perfect love, so that you can just rest as love's presence. You can just rest as the manifestation of God's love in a human form. Knowing that this beautiful, beautiful energy is all there is. Just take a moment to just be gentle and think of some aspects of life, the expressions of love and light that appear to be in bodies, appear to be a name and a form, and just rest in your knowing and certainty of the perfect love that you are, remembering without a doubt that you are perfect love. Now just be gentle as you think about expressions in names and forms who believe they have a lack of love, who believe that they're missing something, who believe that they need to be healed, who believe that they are not whole and perfect. And now, with the power and the strength and the certainty of who you are, radiate that light that is in your heart into all the beings. Anyone that you think of, anyone that pops into your mind, anyone, that name and form, who could benefit from remembering that they are perfect love, perfect health. And so you let yourself be healed in this moment. If there is any place where you feel you're lacking anything, lacking in joy, if you feel that you lack in love, right now, feel yourself perfect in the light, in the love, as the expression of love's presence in perfection. Now you have let yourself be healed, and see those around you or who even cross your mind or whom you touch or those who you seem to have no contact with at all, and feel them healed alongside in the absolute oneness, in the certainty and the perfect health, perfect love, perfect joy, and perfect peace. Perhaps you will not recognize them at all, nor realize how great your offering to all creation really is. But when you let this healing flow from you, and anyone is open to receive it, a miracle has happened. And you are never, ever healed alone. For everything is all one. So as you remember your perfection, as you remember that you are complete and healed and whole, as a beautiful child of light, and you radiate that light into all the beings that you think of, all the beings that you seem to have no contact with, but are all one in the universal mind, all one in the universal heart, all one in the universal soul. And legions upon legions upon legions will receive the gift that you have offered. And whether you see a change in that being or not, you have given the gift. And that is your only function. The more light you share, the more that you care, the more that you shower all creation with light, the absolute oneness becomes evidence, and it's a reflection in all the beings that you see. So come back, and we'll talk about valuing what's valuable, and then letting go. Oh no, it's not so. the valueless.
Yep.
Just think about that. Feel that. Like, didn't that feel so amazing? Like, just knowing that even the people that we don't seem to have any contact with, if their mind is open, they can feel that light. They can feel that love. What an incredible experience that was. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, and I really love the insights about this lesson. It's
Awesome.
so perfect. It's a this is actually very practical. It's not just hitty concepts. It brings everything and every experience down to very simple terms. What is real and what is not real? I can let go of what is not real because it doesn't matter. I can open more and more to what is real because it's all that does matter. In today's lesson, the first test Jesus talks about is asking of everything, is this eternal? Is this a thing that lasts forever? And this is how I can tell if what I am choosing is valuable or valueless, worth everything or worth nothing at all. As I apply the practice of today's lesson to each situation I encounter, it takes me a long way towards recognizing what is real and what is not real, what is valuable and what is not worth seeking. This is a very important step on my journey of return to the changeless truth. And I love that test. Don't you all love that? Is this eternal? And when we think about material things, this is where it got me because I've really come to a point in my life. It's like material things are just so not a thing for me. And then when I read this insights, and it's like, is it eternal? No, it really isn't. Nothing that's material in form is eternal. And our soul, that's what matters. That's what's eternal. Our love that we share with each other, that's eternal. Our footprint that we leave here on our earth plane, that's eternal. So it's so beautiful that it puts it in such simple, concise manner that we can look at and say, oh, I get it. I get it. These things that seem so valuable and that mean so much to so many, they're really not. They're worthless because they're not going to be there for an eternity. So I love this lesson myself, and I'm glad I spent 2 days on it.
Mm. I love that. I love that measure. I've been trying, all different things. I knew that anything I could put in a box is not valuable. That everything that is valuable, the only place you find it is in your heart, and that's where it will always be, and it is eternal. But, there are things in the world like power that you can't really put in a box, but it's not valuable. So I love that. Is this eternal?
Is
I
it
love
eternal? Yeah, I think I'm going to make a little sticker to put on my computer to remind me.
Mm.
That's
Is
a
it
great
eternal?
idea.
Yeah, so that when I start getting frustrated over things, okay, is it eternal? Is this going to matter? A day from now, a year from now, is it really going to matter? And no, it isn't. All that frustration that I felt today. I was on with customer service today trying to figure out the audio problem. And I was just getting more and more frustrated because this person just couldn't get it. She couldn't understand and she couldn't help. And if I'd had that sticker in front of me that said, is this eternal? Does this really matter? It's like, okay, I won't get upset anymore. And Karen, just like we always say, go back to that lesson. I'm not upset for the reason I think I am.
I do it all the time. I stop myself like right here. As soon as I feel just the slightest bit of upset, even starting to come on, I go, stop, spirit take over. Number 5.
Yep,
I'm never
number
upset for
five.
the reason I think. It's always coming back
Yeah.
to a lack of love in me. It's
Mhm.
me believing that I'm
Yeah.
separate from love. And when I believe I'm
Right.
separate from love, I get scared. When I get
Yeah.
scared and frightened, I can do some pretty horrible, mean things to myself. And, I realized that just going into that number 5, spirit take over, please, because it's just it's almost like it's neuroplasticity, because
Mhm.
it's a new, NLP, is, when you make the okay sign, or you pull
Yeah.
on your ear, or you do something to
Right.
remind yourself. But when I make that stop sign to myself, I remember, spirit take over, please. And then I think, number 5, number
You
5,
know what?
I'm never upset for the reason I think,
Let's
because
make let's make a T-shirt. We'll
yeah,
have we'll have the number 5 on the back, and on the front, I'm never upset for the reason I think I am.
yeah,
What do
Yes.
you all think?
I'd
Yes.
love that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And the
Great. That's
entire
it's a
time.
great reminder. It's a
Yeah.
really great reminder,
It
when
is.
we feel like we're upset about something.
Mhm.
It's so great, because if you catch it before it spirals, before it spins, it's like you can almost start to feel yourself going on the hamster wheel, and but that if you just take that second to just say, nope, right to my heart, stop, drop, and bless.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I think I need to make a note so I can do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Make
think a
Definitely.
t-shirt, stop, drop, and bless would be great too.
Yeah. Tie by tie. Yeah. That'd be
And having it
cool.
stop, and then having it say, you could maybe make it self take over, please.
Yeah.
Spirit,
That'd be
spirit take
another.
over, please. And then drop
Yeah.
into your heart, and
Yeah.
then
That.
bless like you've never blessed before.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm making a sticky note here on my computer.
We'll
Yes.
have a whole
It's
new
gonna
t-shirt
be it.
line.
Yeah.
We
I
could
think
Well,
actually. Yeah.
the one that says you're never upset for the reason you think you are would mean a lot to everybody. Anybody
what
who
I
isn't
love is Taylor
spiritual or
Swift.
anything, they
Have you
would.
seen Taylor Swift's new song in her t-shirt?
No.
I'm the problem.
No, no, I don't follow her that much.
It's so cute. It's I'm the problem. It's taking responsibility for your own feelings, your own emotions, and what a
Yes.
beautiful thing for that, that for her, in such a great and huge following, have a huge platform to offer that, instead of pointing the
Yeah.
finger out. What's the problem? What's the problem? I'm the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can change this. That takes your power
Mhm.
back. That's the thing. I mean, I realize when we are upset about any external thing, first of all, there's something going on inside,
Mhm.
always. No matter
Always.
what, no matter what is happening on the external, there's something going on inside. And if you can check in with the inside and fill your cup so that your love is overflowing, because whenever you're in fear, it's a lack of love. That's all it is. And we've made it into something like it's this big scary monster thing, but it's not real.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
all you have to do is remember, it's not real. Only
It's
love is real.
it's not eternal. I'm
And
really
it's
going to
not
start
eternal.
using that. I
It's
know.
not eternal. And if it's not
Yeah.
eternal and it's not real,
Yeah.
why am I paying it any mind?
Exactly. It's valueless.
It's completely
Yeah.
valueless. Great
But that
Yeah.
lesson.
would be a good
I
teaching
loved it.
too. Yeah. Is it
Definitely.
eternal? Then if it's not, it's valueless. You know,
Right.
it's only a value if it's eternal.
Mhm.
So I'm in a position where I have forgiven myself for so much that I don't try to blame myself that anymore. I really
Yay.
don't. I've let that
Yeah.
go. I
Yeah.
just
It's not about blame. It's not about taking blame. It's about taking responsibility. And for
well, I do understand there's a difference between
yeah,
taking blame and taking responsibility, but it's fine. It's
yeah, it's not there's yeah, nobody to blame. There's nobody
No.
to blame. That's
to
why
blame.
I've been adding into our chanting, all are innocent,
Yeah,
you know?
and I just
Can you say that, Auntie Jean? Do you think everyone on the planet right now is innocent?
wow.
Putting you on the spot there. But yeah,
Yes.
that's a
Then there's
question
a
that we
little
all have to
forgiveness that
ask.
needs to happen,
Yeah.
because if you
Yeah.
don't believe every person on the planet right now is innocent, then and that was the thing too.
I
Like
don't
I
really
had that was a
understand
big
what you're meaning, Karen. If I don't believe everybody on the planet is innocent, what? What
then
are you
there's still
saying?
forgiveness needed.
Well, yes, definitely, definitely. I think what I'm trying to say is I don't always um, try to find the fault in it within. You for years I blame myself for everything. People didn't love me. People didn't because there's it was me. It was me. I was defective. I was wrong. I've gotten over that.
Good.
I've gotten over that to where
Because it
uh,
was never true.
it was
Right.
never true.
It was
Exactly.
never true.
So
And
I don't.
it was never your true authentic self either. It's not you. It
So
was never
I don't point to myself right away like I mean I do realize sometimes it is, partly my fault, but I don't know. Now I'm all confused. All I want to do is live in love and in the happiness that I have found and not have to do a psychological psychiatric examination of how I got here. I'm just happy I am.
you don't
Right.
have to. That's why it's so simple. If it's not eternal, it's nothing to pay attention to.
And
No.
and you know that feeling you said that we had at the end of that prayer, your meditation, that of giving out that feeling of love and the receiving of it. I feel that way all the time at chanting, when I do the grid. I mean, it's just so uplifting and filling you up with such wonder when you feel that connection that you are sending this love out to everyone. It just feels, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining myself very well.
No,
And
it's exactly, it's like what heart math explains, about the unified field. So
mhm,
like what you're doing with the grid is that you're tapping in to that unified field. You're tapping into that that absolute oneness. And when we go into our heart, all of us together, when we take that moment to get quiet and all are we are all sharing in the same will. We're sharing in that will, and that will is that everyone be happy, that the whole creation be happy, and the whole creation feel love, and all of life, remember its innocence, and remember its how amazing it is, how beautiful it is, and no matter what that looks like in fairyland or make believe third dimension, you know whatever that
Yeah.
looks like, everybody's playing their part. Everybody
Hmm.
got their script that they're reading from. Everybody's doing the behaviors that we don't um enjoy so much.
Right.
Some
Hmm.
of the behaviors we don't enjoy so much, but they're
Yeah.
still beautiful, innocent, light, beings of joy, and maybe they've forgotten a little bit, and maybe they have, wandered off away from their true self. They don't know who their true self is. They don't know who they are. When a person believes that they are a name and form, and that's all they are, they don't believe that they have a spirit. They don't believe that they're anything more than a name and a form and a body. They get scared, and they get pretty mean, and they get pretty hurtful. And so our job is to see them as their beautiful soul, whether they can see it or not.
Yeah.
If we can see them as eternal, right, Teri? If we can see them as eternal, like what I experienced with Kaylee. Kaylee taught me what eternal presence really is. And whether I can, because I can't see her physical body or her physical form anymore, but I feel her. I feel her presence in a way that I have never been able. It's like firecrackers going off in my heart, her joy that I feel,
Yeah.
And the same thing when my dad left his physical form. I thought that was going to be the biggest loss I ever could encounter. But it's been the most beautiful, eternal love that I've ever experienced, and it just keeps expanding. It keeps getting more and more.
Yep, that's because it's eternal, so it's going to keep growing. We grow spiritually just like we do physically, you guys. And all these lessons that we're learning, it helps our spiritual growth. So I just love that, Karen, that you see the expansion in the spirit realm. And that's how we are.
And I have a
The more we
choice.
learn.
Yeah, and I have a choice in every moment. When I look over and her bed's not there, and it upsets me, I can choose to be upset.
Right.
I can choose, or I can ask myself, I'm never upset for the reason I think. How can I connect with her eternally?
Right.
Oh, yeah, my heart. That's it.
That's
right.
Go back to your heart. Okay, so shall we move on to the next lesson?
Yes. Let's do that.
Chris, did you want to share, honey, about your day?
My day is joyful and happiness with a sunny.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
She is high with morning with her instrument by 400. And but she now probably in the 100, so she is better.
Good.
Oh, that's good, honey. I'm happy to hear that. All right, so this is lesson number 134, and I love this lesson. I think it really gives so much clarity to everything that we just talked about. So it's let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Let us review the meaning of forgive, for it is apt to be distorted and to be perceived as something that entails an unfair sacrifice of righteous wrath, a gift unjustified and undeserved, and a complete denial of the truth. In such a view, forgiveness must be seen as a mere eccentric folly, and this course appear to wrest salvation on a whim. This twisted view of what forgiveness means is easily corrected when you accept the fact that pardon is not asked for what is true. It must be limited to what is false. It is irrelevant to everything except illusions. Truth is God's creation, and to pardon that is meaningless. All truth belongs to Him, reflects His laws, and radiates His love. Does this need pardon? How can you forgive the sinless and eternally benign? The major difficulty that you find in genuine forgiveness on your part is that you still believe you must forgive the truth and not illusions. You conceive of pardon as a vain attempt to look past what is there, to overlook the truth in an unfounded effort to deceive yourself by making an illusion true. This twisted viewpoint but reflects the hold that the idea of sin retains as yet upon your mind as you regard yourself. Because you think your sins are real, you look on pardon as deception. For it is impossible to think of sin as true and not believe forgiveness is a lie. Thus, is forgiveness really but a sin? Like all the rest, it says the truth is false and smiles on the corrupt as if they were blameless as the grass, as white as the snow. It is delusional in what it thinks it can accomplish. It would see as right the plainly wrong and the loathsome as the good. Pardon is no escape in such a view. It merely is a further sign that sin is unforgivable, at best to be concealed, denied, or called another name, for pardon is a treachery to truth. Guilt cannot be forgiven. If you sin, your guilt is everlasting. Those who have forgiven from the view their sins are real are pitiful, mocked, and twice condemned, first by themselves for what they think they did, and once again by those who pardon them. It is sin's unreality that makes forgiveness natural and wholly sane, a deep relief to those who offer it, a quiet blessing where it is received. It does not countenance illusions, but collects them lightly with a little laugh and gently lays them at the feet of truth. There, they just disappear entirely. Forgiveness is the only thing that stands for truth in the illusions of this world. It sees their nothingness and looks straight through the thousand forms in which they may appear. It looks on lies, but it is not deceived. It does not heed the self-accusing shrieks of sinners mad with guilt. It looks on them with quiet eyes and merely says to them, "My brother, what you think is not the truth." The strength of pardon is its honesty, which is so uncorrupted that it sees illusions as illusions, not as truth. It is because of this that it becomes the undeceiver in the face of lies, the great restorer of the simple truth. By its ability to overlook what is not there, it opens up the way to truth, which has been blocked by dreams of guilt. Now are you free to follow in the way your true forgiveness opens up to you. For if one brother has received this gift of you, the door is open to yourself. There's a very simple way to find the door to forgiveness and perceive it open wide in welcome. When you feel that you are tempted to accuse someone of a sin in any form, do not allow your mind to dwell on what you think he did, for that is self-deception. Ask yourself, would I accuse myself of doing this? Thus will you see alternatives for choice in terms that render choosing meaningful and keep your mind as free of guilt and pain as God himself intended it to be, and as it is in truth. It is but lies that would condemn. In truth is innocence, and the only thing there is. Forgiveness stands between illusions and the truth, between the world you see and that which lies beyond, between the hell of guilt and the heaven's gate. Across this bridge, as powerful as love which laid its blessing on it, are all the dreams of evil and the hatred attack brought silently to truth. They are not kept to swell and bluster and to terrify the foolish dreamer who believes in them. He has been gently awakened from this dream by understanding that he thought he saw was never there. And now he cannot feel that all escape has been denied to him. He does not have to fight to save himself. He does not have to kill any dragons which he thought were pursuing him, nor need to erect the heavy walls of stone and iron doors he thought would make him safe. He can remove the ponderous and useless armor made to chain his mind to fear and misery. His step is light, and as he lifts his foot to stride ahead, a star is left behind to point the way to all of those who will follow him. Forgiveness must be practiced, for the world cannot perceive its meaning, nor provide a guide to teach you its beneficence. There is no thought in all the world that leads to any understanding of these laws it follows, nor the thought that it reflects. It is as alien to the world as is your own reality. And yet it joins your mind with the reality in you. Today we practice true forgiveness, that the time of joining be no more delayed, for we would meet with our reality in freedom and in peace. Our practicing becomes the footsteps lighting up the way for all our brothers who will follow us to the reality we share with them. That this may be accomplished, let us give a quarter of an hour twice to spend with the guide who understands the meaning of forgiveness and who was sent to us to teach us. Let us ask of him, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Then choose one brother as he will direct and catalog his sins one by one as they cross your mind. Be certain not to dwell on any one of them, but realize that you are using this offense, his offense, but to save the world from all ideas of sin. Briefly consider all the evil things you thought of him, and each time ask yourself, would I condemn myself for doing this? Let him be freed from all the thoughts you had of sin in him, and now you are prepared for freedom. If you have been practicing thus far in willingness and honesty, you will begin to sense a lifting up, a lightening of weight across your chest, a deep and certain feeling of relief. The time remaining should be given to experiencing the escape from these heavy chains you sought to lay upon your brother, but were laid upon yourself. Forgiveness should be practiced through the day, for there will be many times when you forget its meaning and attack yourself. When this occurs, allow your mind to see through the illusion and tell yourself, let me perceive forgiveness as it is. Would I accuse myself of doing this? I will not lay this chain upon myself. In everything you do, remember, no one is crucified alone, and yet no one can enter heaven by himself.
Beautiful. Yep, that's another good one. We'll be doing that one all day tomorrow. And I get to be with my Karen tomorrow, so we get to do that together.
Hey, I was thinking about that tomorrow because I get into Denver at 4:30 Denver time. Is that going to give us enough time to be able to get to everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, be plenty of time.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay, so let's switch gears here. We're gonna go, and we're welcome, Catherine.
Hi,
She
Catherine.
popped in. I'm so glad you're here with us.
Welcome, beautiful.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi, you
honey.
guys.
Bye.
Oh, we're so glad you're here. Okay, so I put the first chant up, and Karen, would you please talk about that one and how we do this?
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom, and then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Ganapataye
Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye 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 Namaha.
Om
Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Gam
Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Let's breathe into our heart center, focusing on love, focusing on freedom, allowing that energy to just permeate through us as we let go of anything that's not real, anything that's not eternal, letting it go, expanding our energy fields with that energy of freedom and lifting our vibration high, high, high up into the clouds and welcoming in the miracles. And that's where we're going. We're going to go welcome miracles. And we do that with this chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So, Karen, please tell us about this one.
Yes, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
We declare that all are happy, healthy, and innocent. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into our heart. If you place your hand on your heart, you can actually feel your heartbeat and feel that beautiful energy flowing through you. Every night we chant Om 3 times. Om is the cosmic sound for God, and we want to give all praise and glory and honor and respect to our Creator. And then hold that energy in your heart, that beautiful love. We're going to send it out into the world and send it out on assignment to touch hearts all over our planet. So take a deep breath in and join in with us for the chanting of Om.
Oh, I'd love to. Every night we make this declaration that there is peace on earth. And we also declare that that peace begins inside of us. So we are hoping you'll join us declaring this because it is so very true. So on the count of three, three, two, one, we
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 declare
declare that
that
there
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 is
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 peace
There
on
peace
earth,
is
on
peace
earth,
on earth,
and
and
we
and we
declare
declare
that
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 peace
peace
begins
begins
inside of us.
inside of
inside of
us.
us.
and so it is forever and ever.
Always. And,
Amen.
and what would Charlie
Amen.
say if he was here?
He would say, we've been doing this as a group for 1,180 days.
1,000, 1,070 something, I think.
Now we're 1080 today.
80 days as a group known as the Peace
Peace for
for
Peaceful
peace.
peace.
And we are all peas in a pod here. We have Teri P and Chris P and Sunny P, and we have Karen P, and we have Catherine P, and we have me, which is Auntie Jean P, even though I don't know math very well. And anybody who's watching and anybody who has love in their heart, you are a P for peace. And so, my question to you, which is supposed to be musical, is wouldn't you like to be a P too?
Yeah.
Great job. I still think we need to do a rap to that. I'm a pea, I'm a pea, I'm a pea, I'm a pea.
Oh, we could. You could say, I'm a
Gotta
P,
get Leo on that
I'm
song.
a P.
I know.
Yes, let's do that. We'll practice.
We'll practice
Oh, and
it.
very important, be kind.
Be
Be
kind.
kind.
Indeed. And if our Gracie was here, she'd tell us that the hills are alive with the
With
sound
sound.
of chanting and the sprinkling of peace and the smiles on faces, and be kind. We love you all so much. Thank you for joining us tonight for chanting and for Course in Miracles lessons. Love each and every one of you. Stay in your hearts and stay blessed. We'll be back tomorrow to do it all over again. And we leave you with
Namaste.
Namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.
Bye.